Hello, welcome. In this video we'll be creating a remote execution plugin. So for that we're just going to create a new Java project. We're just going to call this my plugin and add build paths. Click on server. I'm running on an outdated server. I'm not on 1.15.2 yet. But that's okay. I'm gonna add a new class. We're gonna call this Bootstrap. That's the main starting class. I'm gonna call this package load. So on load, we're gonna extend Java plugins. Extends Java plugin. Java plugin. There we go. Now I can type. I'm just going to Control-Shift-O, add that in, public void on enable, and public void on disable. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go up here, we're just going to create some instances first. We're going to create an instance of the plugin itself. So we're going to create Bootstrap and then plugin. We'll do that lowercase just in case if there's already an instance of that. Not sure with bucket. We'll just create a boolean for future purposes. Static boolean. Boolean. And we're going to create this as is running. And I'm just going to equal that to true. Okay, so in this we're going to do plugin equals this. So it's going to set the plugin to the instance of the plugin of the main plugin that's running. Okay. And on disable we're gonna is running equals false. Alright, now that's set up, we can create our UDP class. So we're just gonna call this UDP for easy remembering. Okay, we will create the datagram socket. Capitalize that server, and we're just gonna equal that to null for the moment. And Control-Shift-O to import public static void and create listener. In port, I'm just going to pass through the port address that's going to bind to static. Okay, we'll actually add just a space in between that. Just to give it a little bit of reference. Where we are. Hey, there we go. So in here we're just going to add a try and catch statement. Catch exception E. Like that. So we're going to do server equals new server, datagram socket. Been doing a lot of things with TCP, so a lot of it's just been setting things to that. So my brain's just used to that. So we're just gonna add in port like that. Now we're just gonna do new thread. And listen, yeah, that'll do. Listen dot start, like that. And we'll just go down here, create the listen void for now. I mean, it doesn't really need to be public; it can be private. Private static void listen, like that. So we're going to go here, we're going to create a kill command. And what this is going to do is, it's just going to stop the UDP listener from running, so we don't get any malformed packets in the future. Because you don't want to have a old instance of the plugin running on the server. So if the plugin is still hung running in the background, which is what can happen if you don't kill it correctly, what can happen is it'll just be hung and then it will sit there forever trying to execute commands or something. If you're doing anything involving with Bukkit, whether if it's setting data values of anything, it can really mess it up. So it's always good to kill the connection and restart when the plugin re-enables itself. If not, if you don't want to do that, then the probably best option is just to have it run executable in the system itself. That automatically reconnects, does all that stuff. So what we're going to do here is create an if server is not equal to null, if server not server dot is closed. So if it's not closed and it's not equal to null, then we're just going to close it. To close, like that. Alright. This one we'll just do run send to public static void. Almost forgot. Send to client. That's just easier to remember. New string our host and string data. Alright, gonna add a nice try and catch around that. Exception E. And inet address IP equals inet address dot get by name. Get all by name? Get by name. There we go. And we're just gonna split this by a colon. Now we're gonna do 0. Like that. Oh, capital N. No capitals here. Alright, there we go. There we go. So what this will do is it's going to grab the 127 host out of that. So it's going to split by that and go, I want number 0, so it's going to go 0, 1, so it's going to grab 0 out of here. So now we can do the port equals integer dot parse int. So we're going to parse a new integer and it's going to be our host dot split by colon, and it's just going to be number 1, so it's going to be the port number 1. Alright, so we're going to create a new datagram packet equals, I don't know, send packet, that'll do, equals new datagram packet, and in here we can do data.getBytes, set the offset to 0, and it should be fine. Data.getBytes.length and IP and port, and make sure we import those. We can do server.send packet, like that, and that will solve our sending. So if we just quickly switch back to the Bootstrap class, to your main class, we're just going to enable this by doing UDP dot create listener, and we're just gonna bind it to 25565. Now, because it's UDP, it's running on a separate protocol to the default TCP, which is what Minecraft runs on. So that should be binding it to the same port address as what regular people connect onto, but that's okay. I mean, you can bind to whatever port you want. So on disable, we're just going to do UDP dot. Oh, did I have that on private? I think I did. No, public static void. That's all we need. I always forget the static I do. I'm just going to kill that on the disabled. Alright, now for the listener. I'm going to add a try and catch as usual. I'm going to do byte rd equals new byte. And we're just going to set the value of that. I have over here on a notepad 1048576. Now that's about, I think, what it was, 1 megabit. Yeah, so that's about 1 megabit. I mean, that should be plenty of data as long as you're not trying to transfer a file. That should be fine. I mean, that should be able to hold most files anyway, or other plugins you're trying to install, but you really shouldn't be trying to install another plugin over UDP. You'd probably want to create a reverse TCP connection back, but we can get into that into another video. For the moment, we're just going to create this. So datagram packet rp equals new datagram packet. And we're just going to do rd 0 and rd dot length. So the 0 represents the offset, as we put in the sending over here, and that's just usually for Java communicating mostly, and other programs that use offsets. So what do we need to do next? Server.receive, and then we can just do RP, and that will set all the byte data that's on this on the received packet. So every time it's going to receive a packet, it's just going to put into that. Oh dear, we need to add a while loop. I forgot about that. So we're just going to do while, and then bootstrap. I mean, I even added the whole boolean and everything. How did I forget that? So we're just going to do that. Maybe we add a nice try and catch as well. Try and catch. Exception. Now you probably should be trying to handle these exceptions correctly instead of just doing my cheap dirty method, but in this case it doesn't really matter if you're just doing it like this, just for a test example. So string raw data equals new string, and we're just going to do rp dot get data, like that. Okay, now we're just going to do inet address, IP address, IP address equals new, so new inet address. That's what I want to do. Geez, I cannot type, can I? Is that inet address? Or is that RP? That's what I want. RP.getAddress. Oop. Then int port equals and we just want rp.get port. That should get the remote port address. We're just going to add string rhost just to make this easier on us later on. IP address .toString. Now, for whatever reason, I don't really know why, but Java adds this weird little thing. It just adds a / to its IP address. If you're familiar with Java networking, you'll understand. We don't really need that, but for this moment we're just going to be replacing it with nothing. So then we add the semicolon, or the colon actually, whoops, and then the port, like that. Right. Now we can create an if statement, if raw data contains a pipe. Then we can split it by a string. Args equals raw data dot split, and we're just the regex code for that is / twice and then pipe. So then if args1 equals and for this we're just going to do exe. Oh, didn't mean to select it. Where's my mouse? Alright. So for this new bucket runnable. So just going to create that. And public override public void run. I'm just going to create that. So that's going to create that. Control Shift O to import, and then down here where the arrow is, we're just going to do dot and start. Run, is it? Run. Yeah, it's run task bootstrap dot plugin. Hey. Then we're going to do string test message. We'll do test message equals nothing, and for int a equals 2. Now it's important to do 2 here, so when it receives the packet it's going to look like this, and then your command. So if we want the command to say hi, we're going to want to skip 0, 1, 2. So we're going to want it to be 2. Then a less than args.length. So as long as it's less than args.length, it'll just loop through different things. So if you have those, it'll just loop through them all. Args.length -1. So it won't grab all the rest of the data over here. So it won't grab that, basically. -1 a plus plus. And then here, just do test message plus equals args a plus, and then just a space. I mean, I guess it isn't really needed to do that, but it helps just to align all the data into like another space instead of splitting it by another pipe. So then underneath the for, now we can do bucket dispatch command, then bucket.get console sender. That should grab the command line, and now we can just do test message, and we can do that. Now we can do send to client, grab the remote host, and we can just send hello world executed. Hey, now we can create a plugin.yml. Plugin.yml. We're gonna call this name my plugin. Author Mac version 1.0 main load.bootstrap. Copy that, save that, cancel that, go to Bootstrap, make sure we've got everything all sorted out. Alright, now we can export. So I'm just going to export my plugin. Alright, now we can run the server. Okay. Now that we have the plugin installed, it doesn't really matter that Archon's showing up here. That's just like I was testing before with something completely different. So you probably won't even see that unless you have it enabled. But that doesn't matter. So we're just going to go up here, execute, send hi, and as you can see, it says over here, send hi, and hello world executed. So yeah, I can type in any command over here. This is just a regular packet sender that I downloaded online. So I'm just gonna type, I don't know, up Mac Firefly 2600. And it says that I'm already an operator, but that's okay. I wasn't really looking for any changes in that. So we can do broadcast hello world, and you can issue commands as operator. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one.